Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today I'm going to be talking about 12 episodes of Doctor Who that I am looking forward to rewatching. 12 episodes that I've seen that really are on my mind that I'm like, I can't wait till I get to watch that one again. I'm looking forward to watching that one again. All of these are from Classic Who. Just a lot of the episodes of Modern Who I have rewatched a lot. Whereas some of them from Classic Who I just don't own, and some of them I've seen recently enough I'm not ready to rewatch yet. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, and we're gonna tackle them in chronological order. Number one is Planet of the Giants. Man, I absolutely loved Planet of the Giants. I raved about it a few times, especially in my review of it. I really liked it. I loved the sets a lot. They really did convince me that they were, shrunken down and smaller. Running around on these huge sets of I especially love the one where it looks like the drain and the sink. I thought that was really well done. It very much feels like a teleplay, like I'm watching a televised stage play, and I really enjoyed that. It hasn't been long since I watched it, so it will be a little while before I watch it again. Perhaps I'll watch the reconstruction of having episode 3 split into its original 3 and 4 parts sometime. I really wish the original footage of that still existed, because it is a really good story. I really enjoyed it, and I am looking forward to maybe in another 2 or 3 months giving it a rewatch. Number 2 on the list is Inferno. Now, Inferno I've seen possibly a dozen times. Probably, maybe not quite that many. I've seen Inferno a lot. I love Inferno. It's one of my earliest memories of Doctor Who. It's one of my favorite Doctor Who stories of all time. It's on this list because I'm just always ready to rewatch Inferno. A week after I watch Inferno, I'm ready to rewatch Inferno. If there's a Doctor Who story, I'm always just like, oh, I'm ready to watch that one again. It's Inferno. I love Inferno. It might not be my favorite Doctor Who story of all time, though it's probably in my it's in my top 10, probably in my top 5. But say City of Death. I treat like a sweet wine. I just want to take it out and savor it every now and again. Same thing with Genesis. Inferno is a story I can sit there and watch that every month. I love Inferno. It's just something about how well paced it is, how well acted it is, how well shot it is. I just love that story. I'm always ready to go back and rewatch it. Next one on the list is The Mind of Evil. I've only watched this one once. I saw it for the first time when the season 8 box set came out, but I really liked it. It's my favorite story from season 8. And I'm really looking forward to going back and seeing it again. I think John is great in it. I like the Master in it. Delgado is good in it. It's nice to see the unit team getting to do some fun stuff in it. I don't know why my sinuses always act up when I have the camera in front of me. I'm usually not like that. But yeah, I love The Mind of Evil. The effects, anytime you see the flames over the Doctor's face when he's still kind of recovering from the events of Inferno and how frustrated he is he wasn't able to save that other Earth. I love that carries over into this story, and the effects of the flames are really well done. It's just a well-written story as well. The only thing really holding Mind of Evil back is the colorization. It's a miracle we have it in color at all, but the colorization is a little weak in places, looks a little splotchy in places, but other than that, it's fantastic. The next one is The Pyramids of Mars, the only story from season 13 I don't own. Now, I've only seen Pyramids of Mars a couple times, and it's been, at least a decade, I'd say, probably around a decade since I've seen it, and I do want to give it a fresh rewatch. It's a great story. I love it. I think it has one of the best one-off Doctor Who villains that they never need to bring back. The Fourth Doctor's great in it. Sarah's great in it. That shot when they go to look at that alternate possible future is great in it. I love that. I love how the Doctor manages to beat him at the end just by outwitting him because he's nowhere near Sutek's strength. So he really is just like a little ant compared to Sutek power-wise. So I love how he has to outsmart him. Such a good story. Other than the mummies looking a bit naffed, it's practically perfect, and I love it. And I'm really looking forward to that season 13 box set coming out so I can watch it again whenever the season 13 box set does come out. Because I do want to see that one again. The next one is Image of the Fendal. That's one I've only think I've seen once or twice. Once, I think. And I just want to, again, I want to give it a rewatch because I really liked it. I don't like the realization of the Findle creature at the end in its final form with the gold paint. That looks a bit naff to me. That's really the only thing holding it down, though. I like the Doctor in it. I like the story itself. I love the concept of the Findle and what it is and its backstory. That's phenomenal, and I love it. And Leela's great in it, too. I love Leela. She's one of my favorite companions. So I enjoy that. And I do want to give that a rewatch. It's one of the reasons why I'm looking forward for the season 15 box set. Because the only season 15 story I own is the Sunmakers, which is something I don't know quite how that happened. I didn't plan that. But the only one I have is the Sunmakers. I don't have any of the others from season 15 on DVD. So I'm looking forward to that box set. I'm hoping that's the next Tom box set. I really am. Because I really want to give that one a rewatch. Staying with season 15, the next one on the list is Underworld. Now, Underworld I know I've only seen once, but I liked it. I find Underworld very underrated. I think it gets a lot of flack for its bad CSO work, but I think the model shots are good. I actually enjoy the story and how it ties in with Time Lord lore. The CSO work is, but I'm willing to look past that if the story is good, and I enjoyed the story. But, that being said, I've only seen it the one time, and I'm curious on a second watch if I will be less enthused with it, or if I'll still stand by it and just say, aside from some bad CSO work, it's great. I'm looking forward to that. Next on the list is Resurrection of the Daleks. Now, this is one I've seen several times. I've seen 3, 4, 5 times. I'm not even sure. I've seen Resurrection of the Daleks a lot. I just don't own it, but I like it. It's my favorite of the 80s Dalek story. It's incredibly violent. And I really hope it gets a special effects upgrade in the box set. I kind of hope it's the season 21 story that gets the upgraded effects. I've seen like a fan-made YouTube edit with upgraded effects during the Dalek battle scene when the Daleks are fighting the people holding Davros prisoner, and the updated effects look really good on it. So I kind of hope it's the one that gets the updated effects. I think it needs it, and it's just a good story. I like it. Now the next 3 all come from season 22, because season 22 has 6 stories. I've seen 3 of them. I haven't seen the other 3. But the 3 I've seen, none of them I've seen in a while. I don't own a single story from season 22. That is the one season I own, I think, nothing from. Because the only Colin story I have on DVD is Twin Dilemma from season 21. And, of course, I have the 23 box set, season 23 box set on Blu-ray. So I'm really looking forward to that season 22 box set that hopefully will come out before the end of the millennium at the rate we're going. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the 2 Doctors again. I love Troughton. I'm always in favor of more Troughton, and I like Troughton in it. I like Fraser Hines in it. I like how well Jamie and the 6th Doctor get along. I actually enjoy watching Jamie with the 6th Doctor in a lot of this. Now, the 2 Doctors isn't perfect. It does some things I don't like, especially the restaurant scene that's handled as a comedy. I don't really care for that. But I do enjoy it. I love some of the location work they do there. I love having Troughton back, even if I think even though it's Robert Holmes, I don't think it's the best story, but I do want to watch it again. Maybe I'll have a better eye for it this time. I do want to watch Vengeance again because I haven't seen Vengeance in a while, and I like Vengeance. It's my favorite Colin story, so it'll be nice to give that a rewatch. I think I've watched Vengeance twice. I know I've seen it once. I think I've seen it twice. And then what was the other one? Revelations. I do want to watch Revelations again because I've only seen Revelations once. I haven't seen it but once or twice yet. I think just once. And I don't remember much of it. Revelations has been a long time since I've seen, probably the late 2000s. And I liked it, but it's extremely vague in my head. So it's going to be practically watching it again for the first time. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. And then the final one on the list is Paradise Towers. I really liked Paradise Towers, but it still hasn't quite been long enough for me to want to give it a rewatch yet. I do want to watch it. I really want to watch it with the alternate audio because, of course, I watched it with the broadcast audio, but I know they have the original soundtrack as an option on the box set, season 24 box set. So I am looking forward to being able to see that version of it with the original audio and kind of deciding maybe which one I like better. It just hasn't quite been long enough since I watched it for me to be ready to view it again, hopefully in another month or 2. So that's kind of the ones I'm really looking for, kind of my top 12 I'm really looking forward to. I'm curious, going off on a side tangent for a minute, which one of the classic Doctors I will finish first. Because there's none of the classic Doctors that I've seen every story of yet. I have not seen all of any Doctor stories in Classic Who yet. I'm close. The fourth Doctor, I only have one to go with Underworld. Seventh Doctor, I only have one to go with Happiness Patrol. I'm really making my way through some Hartnell now. I think I've seen 14 of his 29, so I'm about halfway through Hartnell. With still 3 stories I've been sent. Some of my subscribers have been really kind to send to me. I've still got to get through. I've still got to watch Keys of Marinus, The Rescue, and The Romans. I own those, and I'm looking forward to seeing those, especially The Romans, because I like historical stuff. History's my favorite subject in school, so really looking forward to seeing The Romans. Troughton I've seen most of, especially if we take the novelizations into account, because I've read The Highlanders and I've read The Abominable Snowmen. So if we take those into account, I think there's only like 3 Troughtons I still have to go: Underwater Menace, Space Pirates, and Wheel in Space. I think I've seen or read the rest of Troughton. John's only got about 4 stories to go. Most of Time Monster, because I've seen part of it. Mutants. I just recently watched Time Warriors, so Invasion of the Dinosaurs and Monsters of Pelodon. I think Invasion of the Dinosaurs is the one I'm most looking forward to in that. I think Davison still has 4 I need to see: The Awakening, King's Demons, Planet of Fire, and Snake Dance. I think are the only ones of his I still need to watch. And then Colin has 3, the other 3 from season 22. And that's probably who I'll complete first then, I guess, when the box set finally comes out. I guess it looks like Colin Baker might actually be the first classic Doctor that I see every story of, because once I get the season 22 box set, whenever it releases, I'll be able to watch all of his. And the only 3 stories from his era I haven't seen are from season 22. That'll also be the first one that I own all of a Doctor's stories to. I guess will be Colin's, because once the season 22 box set, I'll own all of his stories on Blu-ray or DVD, since I have Twin Dilemma on DVD. So that's interesting. The first Doctor's era I might complete in Classic Who might be Colin Baker, I think. That's pretty neat. So that is the 12 Doctor Who stories I am very much looking forward to rewatching for various reasons. I would like to know what you think of these stories, so comment down below and let me know, because it's always nice to hear from you guys. Other things to do while I have you here: I do have a P.O. box. If there's anything Doctor Who related you would like to send me, or sci-fi related or otherwise, that you would like me to look at and review, my P.O. box is down in the description below. I do have an Amazon wish list if you would like to take a second and check that out. I do update that regularly with Doctor Who and non-Doctor Who stuff that I'm interested in. Like there's a Battlestar Galactica box set on there. The 1987 Werewolf series is on there. I love that show. Oh, Chuck Connors is amazing in that show. I also have an Amazon UK wish list down there as well. There's links to that if you want to check that out. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me that way. My patrons do get exclusive videos. So if you want to see more content that doesn't quite make it on the channel, there's a link to that down in the description below. Or I would just appreciate if you haven't subscribed yet, if you would click the subscribe button. That helps me out. That helps me grow the channel. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm. So I certainly appreciate that. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.